Against the Devil Rays, Cal Ripken and the Orioles honoring Cal Ripken Sr. as number 7 in the third base coach's box for the season. Albert Bell's second at bat for the Orioles, and yep, he goes deep, not to left center field, but down the right field line where it's only 318 feet from home plate to fence. 4-2-0s, top of the fifth, 6-3 Orioles. Jose Canseco in his Tampa Bay debut, and he tells Mike Mussino right here, "Say hello to my little friend." He's now 2 shy of 400 homers for his career, 2 RBIs in the day. Devil Rays down 6-4. It's an Orioles 10-7 lead, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Men on second and third. Randy Wynn, representing the tying run, and Mike Timlin gets him looking to wrap it up. Ray Miller all pumped up, his O's 1-0. So 1 day in the books, and everything's still hunky-dory in Charm City with Albert Bell. His Orioles debut, a homer for...
In place of Cal, Willis Atanez, who was 9 years old in '82. Cal missed a game in '82 because he was beamed by Mike Moore. Second inning, 2-1 Devil Rays. Tampa Bay looking for more. Miguel Cairo, who had a career-high 5 triples last year, strokes his first this year. Paul Sereno comes home from first, but he appears to pull something while rounding third. Looks like track and field, the 4x100. You have the lead rounding the curve. You're about to get past, so you fake it and you pull up. You never did that, Rich?
Nah.
Oh, yeah, neither did I. Neither did I. Sereno left the game with an injured hamstring, not happy, but it's 3-1 Devil Rays. 6th inning, Albie Lopez facing Atanez. Oh, Papi, I did not know you could do it like that. First career Major League home run. He's now 383 homers behind Cal. Atanez also hit his first extra base hit in the majors, a double. That was in the 4th inning. The homer was in the 6th. All for naught. Orioles.
Griff at the plate facing Scott Erickson at the top of the second. Jeff Rebele robs the crime dog of a hit. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. Ripken's replacement, Willis Atanez. Base hit with eyes. Errol Baines come on down. It's 2-1 Orioles. Top of the 5th, Dave Martinez at the plate with 2 on. Rips one to the gap in right center field. Ground rule double. Randy Wynn, Kevin Stocker score 4-2 Devil Rays. Top of the 7th, Miguel Cairo on third. Kevin Stocker at the plate. Here's Rich Eisen with the call. It's a squeeze, and it's going to work. Cairo scores. Stocker's barely out at first. Devil Rays win 6-3.
It's like you knew what was coming.
Dave Martinez.
We resume in the second. Julio Santana to Scott Hatteberg. Hatteberg lifts one into left. Danny Clyburn with the diving catch, robbing Hatteberg of a hit. Top of the 4th, still 2-0 Sox. Here's Troy O'Leary.
The winning run.
No heroics this time as O'Leary clears the fence. His first homer of the year. It's 3-0 Sox. O'Leary drove in 3. Pedro Martinez, meanwhile, doing the job on the mound, striking out Fred McGriff, then Kevin Stocker, and McGriff again with the changeup. Martinez, 7 innings, 7 hits, 9 strikeouts. Bottom of the 8th, 5-3 Sox. Fred McGriff, the tying run facing Jim Corsi, but he grounds out easily to second. Martinez gets some bullpen help, and the Sox, baseball's last.
The Red Sox, the last unbeaten team in baseball. Pat Rapp. No, it's Mike D. Feliz Navidad. Back, gone. All for Rapp. The score is 4-0. Jose Offerman against Esteban Yan. Buford scores. Jeff French Fry scores. Red Sox coming back in the 6th. They're down 4-3 at Tampa Bay. Tied at 4 with 2 out, bottom of the 8th. Danny Van Clyburn tickles the Ivories against Derek Lowe. First hit of the year, gone. It's a home run. Devil Rays lead at 5-4. Top of the 9th, 2 out, runner at first for Boston. Nomar Garciaparra is the pinch hitter. Roberto Hernandez, the closer, Kaysen. And the Red Sox cannot go the first week unscathed, but they'll take their record.
A good start facing XJ Jose Canseco. Looking nice curveball. He got some offensive help from Carlos Delgado. Rips one up the middle off of Tony Saunders' foot. Beats the throw to first as Delgado. Jose Cruz Jr. scores. And an alert Sean Green comes to the plate when nobody's covering it. Jays up 3-0. A moment of trepidation for Wells and the Jays in the 6th. Randy Wynn puts one right off his right ankle. He would go down and go down hard. Contusion on his right ankle. The Jays say he's fine. There was one bit of good news for the Devil Rays. The aforementioned Canseco. He's looking now. But at the ball going into the 5th deck, 459 feet. Canseco, you might remember, visited that location when he was with the Oakland A's in the playoffs years ago. Career homer number 399, but it's the only Mendoza for home run number 400 on Tuesday. Here he takes Joey Hamilton down the left field line in the 5th. Jose Canseco 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. We're still in the top of the 5th. Devil Rays now leading 5-2. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Kevin Stocker. And he rips Hamilton's pitch into the right center field crevasse for a triple. 2 runs come on down. A 5-run 5th for Tampa Bay. That would be it for Hamilton. Devil Rays lead 7-2. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Tony Fernandez has reached base 9 straight times coming into this at-bat. And we show you this at-bat because that streak is now over. Grounds into the 4th out with 2 men on. Bottom of the 9th, Devil Rays with an 8-5 lead. Roberto Hernandez gets Darren Fletcher to ground to Fred McGriff, who flips to Roberto Hernandez to wrap it up. Tampa Bay's bullpen pitched 4 1/3 shutout innings as they won 8-5. Only 23,710 fans on hand, the smallest crowd ever.
Rays and the Jays, and Jose would get his opportunity facing Kelvin Escobar.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive. Deep down the left field line, of it stays fair. This is it. It has gone goodbye. Number 400 for Jose Canseco.
And that would have been a good spot for get out of town, but
The 6th of
runners on 2nd and 3rd. Sean Green bounces one back to pitcher Julio Santana. And then the craziness starts. Santana throws to 3rd. We'll keep track at the bottom of the screen right there. Bobby Smith has Shannon Stewart caught between 3rd and home and throws to Mike DeFelice. DeFelice runs Stewart all the way back to 3rd, then has no play in Jose Cruz Jr. as he scampers back to 2nd. DeFelice flips it back to Smith, who catches Green wandering off 1st and throws to Fred McGriff. McGriff throws to Miguel Cairo. Stewart breaks on the plate and beats the throw home. Now, one more time, we'll explain it again. It started when Sean Green... All right, never mind. All that work yields no outs in one Toronto one.
Red Sox looking to get back into the win column with the D-Rays in town, and that's Wade Boggs. And that's a base hit by Wade Boggs. And that's Jose Canseco around in 3rd and headed for home. And then Jose Canseco stepped up and cranked one out over the monster in left field. Funny for some.
John Valentin facing Tony Saunders in the pouring rain, and oh boy. One of 10 walks issued by Tampa Bay. Larry Rothschild complaining to Rocky Rowe, but to no avail. Same inning now, Saunders to Nomar Garciaparra making his return. Nomar 1 for 4. There's the base hit, scoring Jose Offerman. 1-0 Bo Sox. 3 batters later, men on 2nd and 3rd for Damon Buford, who was 2 for 2, drove in 3. Stanley Troy O'Leary score here as the Red Sox win at 8-5. Could be costly, though, for Boston. Closer Tom Gordon strained his right elbow in this one. The team says they will reevaluate him tomorrow. Mark Portugal, his 2nd win over the Devil Rays this year. John
AAA now on the left side of the infield. Jose Canseco pushed back a bit there by Pat Rapp. You will pay for your transgressions. Canseco next to bat. We're in the 6th. Checks out his teammates. Also checks out the Red Sox dugout. Plans what he's about to do. Takes Pat Rapp over the large green wall. It's a solo dong. Major League leading 6, 3-1. 7th inning, Jose Offerman up the middle, Miguel Cairo. Fancy play. Double play, in fact. Devil Rays win it. Show them what they've won. 5-1 Major
Home last.
Well, for the Devil Rays, top of the 2nd, Danny Clyburn off with the pitch. John Flaherty takes Brett Saberhagen into the corner. Clyburn running hard all the way. Devil Rays up 1-0. That's the first run that Brett Saberhagen has given up in 14 innings pitched this season. Bottom of the 4th we go. Red Sox trailing 2-1. Jose Offerman takes Rolando Orojo deep to right and off the fence. Dave Phillips says it's a home run for first base, but he goes to second base on Rocky Road for asking for help. Always good when they get together and make the right call. And now Offerman has his first home run of the year. 2-1 Devil Rays. Bottom of the 8th, 2 on, 2 outs for Jeff Fry against Roberto Hernandez. Fry's the tying run, and then he just hits the runner. Jose Offerman, he's out. End of threat, end of inning. And eventually, end of the ball game. The Devil Rays took 3 of 4 in Fenway.
He's not even sitting. He's standing. It's so high. Miguel Cairo lines it over the head of Scott Erickson. Delano to Shields. Couldn't get it either. Wade Boggs scores. 1-0 Devil Rays. Kevin Stocker, base knock. John Flaherty scores. 2-0. This is bottom of the 2nd. Quentin McCracken. Cairo scores. 3-0 Devil Rays. 2 batters later, bases loaded, nobody out. Jose Canseco and the O's turn the 6-4-3 double play. Stocker scores. 4-0 Devil Rays. Next batter, Fred McGriff. McCracken scores. Erickson lasted just 2/3 of an inning. Eighth. Orioles down 5-3, 2-on, 2-out. Rick White on the mound facing Jeff Conine. And he freezes him. Devil Rays pick up the victory by the final of 5-3. Wade Boggs 2 for 4.
Their seasons, bottom of the fourth. D-Rays already up 6-4. When Jose Canseco says that's going to leave a mark. His 7th of the year. He had 2 on the night. Mike Mussina lasted 3 2/3, gave up 10 earned runs on 11 hits. One more batter. Mussina pulled in favor of Doug Linton, and Quentin McCracken was in favor of that pulling. A 3-run homer. He was 3 for 5 with 4 ribbies. The Devil Rays score 7 runs in the inning. Bottom of the 6th, we're showing you Kevin Stalker. Why, you ask? Why? He entered the game as the AL batting leader, was the only Devil Ray at this point not to get a hit. He didn't get one. He finishes 0 for 3, drops to 3rd in the race, but thanks to 2 homers and 3 RBI by Canseco, the D-Rays win easily 14-8. Baltimore has now lost 5 in a row. Their 3-11 start at 8.
Here we go. Tony Saunders to Rich Amaral, robbed by Wade Boggs playing first. Saunders gave up no hits through 3. Why are we saying that? Bottom of the 4th, no score. Boggs at the plate with a man on 3rd, 1 out. Boggs takes Sidney Ponson deep to center, but Rich Amaral says, hey, you robbed me, I'll rob you, tough guy. Or words to that effect. Dave Martinez tags 1-0 Devil Rays. Top of the 6th, no hitter intact for Saunders, but his control was not. He walks Amaral. Then he walks Bordick. After a sacrifice bunt, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Base open for Albert Bell, but they pitch to him, and Bell pops up in foul ground. Wade Boggs makes the catch. Saunders escapes the 6th with his no-hitter intact. Still a no-hitter in the 8th. Charles Johnson at the plate. Bounces up the middle, off of Saunders' glove, but right to Miguel Cairo. Oh, boy, things working for Saunders here as he gets the lucky bounce off his glove right to his second baseman. Even if he didn't touch it, his shortstop would have gotten it. Now 2 outs in the 8th. The fans can feel it, either that or the scoreboard's telling them to stand and cheer. Mike Bordick, the blooper to center. Come on, if it was a no-hitter, we would have led the show with it. After the hit, Saunders pulled by Larry Rothschild. Saunders threw 127 pitches, allowing 1 hit and 7 2/3. The Devil Rays hold on to win 1-0.
Mariners and D-Rays in FLA, and that's Wade Boggs. Bottom 7, D-Rays down 4-2. 2 on for Boggs. Bingo! Davey Martinez will score. Tampa down 4-3. They were then tied on a sac fly. Boggs 3 hits, 2 ribs. He's now 63 away from 3,000. Bottom 8, game tied at 4. Randy Wynn to the plate. Randy Wynn to the seats in 425-foot fashion. His first of the season. Tampa takes it 5-4 as Roberto Hernandez came in to close for his 7th save. Don't look now, but the Devil Rays have won 6 straight. Rays in Tampa will be a long day indeed for Rolando Araujo. There's Ken Griffey Jr. with a solo shot in the 4th, and then it's a hit parade. Jay Buhner sends 1. John Mabry, a solo shot. David Segui, a solo shot. 5-0 M's, and then 2 batters later, Ken Griffey, 2nd verse, same as the 1st. 5th of the year, 2nd of the day, 6-0 M's. Araujo, 4 1/3, 6 earned runs, 5 homers. He's had better days. Bottom 7, 9-1 M's, 2 on for Jose Canseco. Adios. 3-run shot, number 9 on the year for Jose. Devil Rays get within 9-4. Bottom of 9, 2 on, 2 out for Canseco. Jose Mesa got him. Mariners take it by a score of 9-4. The Griff with 2 of the M's 6 solo homers. They stop the D-Ray win streak.
Well, after his ex-mate Mark McGuire has got a little thunder the last few years, boom! The early thunder this year by Jose Canseco. Home run number 10, number 407 lifetime, tying it for 27th with Duke Snyder. That was 443. Against the Mariners, we're 4-4 in the 9th. And they do not turn the double play on Ken Griffey Jr., which means there's 2 outs and Martinez at 2nd, rather than going to the bottom of the 9th in a 4-4 game. And Jay Ferris Buhner, no day off. Off Roberto Hernandez. Gone. Is that Jeffrey Meyer out there? No, Lou Piniella sees Buhner's 2-run homer. Winning.
Was rained out on Tuesday. They double-dipped on Wednesday. Game 1, bottom 3, 2-zip Rays, 1 on, 2 out. Mike Caruso strokes it to right. Danny Claiborne's like, my bad. Caruso gets a triple, 2-1 Devil Rays. Next batter, Frank Thomas. The Big Hurt just be doing what he do. Takes Brian Ricard out. He crushed it. Check out the fan. Trying to be cool, but you know this is going to hurt. Yes. Thomas's 3rd jack ties Luke Appling's team record 587 extra base hits. Bottom 7, 10-7 Chicago. Ray Durham getting some ups. Robs Clyburn. Durham also jacked a 2-run job, his 5th homer. White Sox win game 1, 10-7s. 10-7. You saw Thomas's home run. Jack for Maglio Ordonez facing Tony Saunders. Maglio banging. First career grand slam. 5th home run of the year. Sox up 6-0.
You can't put it on the board.
Yes. Bottom 5, Ordonez facing Saunders again. No one on. Slow your roll, Maglio. Slow your roll. His 3rd home run of the doubleheader. 6th Jack of the year. Sox roll 9-1.
15-5 game, didn't I? 4th inning, Devil Rays and White Sox, short version. Wilson Alvarez didn't cut Thomas looking, rather. Frank Thomas didn't much like the call, and Frank Thomas is still complaining. The umpire, I am eating it. Home plate umpire Larry Young gives the toss to Joe Nosek. If you followed any of that, get more on ESPN.com, by the way. Fred McGriff taking Brian Ward dead away. Show will get better as it moves along. 5th homer of the season. Devil Rays win.
Double with a man on, facing Mike DeFelice, normally known for his defense. DeFelice singles to right on the play. Paul Sorrento to second. And Sean Runyon begins to warm up in the pen for the Tigers. Meanwhile, Larry Barnett goes out to talk to Moeller and watch the spot shadow. Barnett points to his thumb to tell Tigers manager Larry Parrish he thinks Moeller has something on his thumb. Turns out to be sandpaper on Moeller's left thumb. So Parrish comes out to talk to Barnett. Moeller and the umps confer. The umpires inspect Moeller's glove. They don't find anything, so they give it back to him. And then Parrish gets a final explanation of why Moeller was ejected. Notice Parrish doesn't put much of a fight as Sean Runyon comes in to pitch as Moeller makes his way to the dugout ejected. Dave, what's going on?
Well, this going all the way back to the 3rd inning. The Devil Rays started noticing some things. Fred McGriff fouls off the fastball. Moeller gets a new ball, starts to wiggle off his glove. We're not going to see it right here, but we will later. But we're not seeing what he might be up to, but watch this pitch from McGriff. That had a little magic action on it. You notice Brad Osmus, the catcher, walks off the field with the ball. He's not going to show it to anybody. Now later on, you can see him rubbing with both hands, but that left thumb is rubbing on there. There's no doubt about that. Let's see what the next pitch looks like to Paul Sorrento. That looks like a little cutter down and in. Sorrento asks Barnett to check out the ball. He leaves it in, believe it or not. So the intrigue goes on. A little movement on this one, outside corner, strike 2. Look at the ducktail on that one. Sorrento didn't even close. Osmus again looks the ball over and says, I think I'll take this to the dugout. It may not necessarily mean anything, but Moeller was ejected from the game. For some reason, he was allowed to stay in the dugout, though I'm not sure why.
So we saw this. Bottom of the 7th, his replacement Sean Runyon in with the bases loaded, and Randy Wynn just got under it. And Carcione makes the catch. Quentin McCracken tags up and scores, and the Devil Rays go on to win this one, the final 4-3, but that really...
Top 4, Tigers up 4-zip. Julio Santana, Frank Catalanato back at you. Santana drops and safe at first. E1, Damian Easley. Hammer job on a high fastball down the left field line and long enough to get out. 6-zip Tigers, Easley's 5th. Bottom 5, Canseco with 2 on, 2 down. Devil Rays are down by 5. 3-run homer would make it interesting, and there it goes. And it never came back. Canseco figures that's probably out of the building. Greg Koss comes out, says no. Ground rule double. The ball went into a catwalk and never came down. Canseco gets stranded in the inning, and he left pleading his...
...was on fire. Bottom first, 1 on Martinez. The line drive scores Quentin McCracken from second. RBI number 16. We're tied at 1. A career-high 4 RBIs in the game for Martinez. Bottom 3, David Lamb facing Willie Blair. Lamb, the lace. Wade Boggs sprinting. Bobby Higginson to throw home. Boggs beats it. We're tied at 6. Bottom 4, Jose Canseco, 2 on, 2 out. Canseco. Off of Sean Runyon. That scores David Lamb. That scores McCracken. 2 runs come in. Canseco, 1.
40 men in history struggling to go down the first baseline. He'd leave the game with a jammed right knee and did not return. Bottom 3, Fred McGriff. Booyah! 8th Jack of the year, 450 feet, 3-run homer, 4-zip Devil Rays. Bottom 5, game now tied at 5. Guess who's living large again? Crime dog.
All right, gotcha.
468 feet, 31st career multi-homer game, 6th homer in his last 8 games. Throwing in the towel. Devil Rays win at 10-7.
Alfredo Muente on the call today Fred McGriff is at the plate. This is bottom of the second inning.
Pitsley back on the mound, and he deals to McGriff. McGriff, a deep bomb to center field. Going back is Damon. Back to the wall, and that one is golly, golly, gone!
He's got his own home run call. 1-all of the second. Alfredo Indiana George on terminology now.
Swung on, popped up to shallow right. Going under it is Larry Sutton. Makes the play for the out. 2 down. That's what you call a can of corn.
That's what you call a what, Alfredo? Can you explain that to me?
Baseball lingo, can of corn. An easily caught pop-up.
Chris Zimmerman joining Unkston to make this call. We're on the top of the 6th.
Oh, hit by the pitch. That looked like it hurts.
Well, that's going to leave a bruise tomorrow.
Yes, it will. Fablex is taking his base as we speak.
This is your announcer speaking. 4-all, bottom of the 8th. Tied at 4. Jose Santiago on. Pinch runner. Kevin Stocker scores on this wild pitch as it gets past Tim Spear. Devil Rays take a 5-4 lead. You know, if the playoffs started right now, Bud Selig would be shocked, and Tampa Bay would be the American League wild card. 5-4 final. The kids from Pinellas County High Schools produce and announce a major league.
What he would see. Bottom of the 6th, his team down 10-3. David Justice with 2 men aboard. A 3-run homer, his 2nd of the game, 5th of the year. He was 4 for 4. Homered twice, drove in 5. Indians down 10-6. Bottom of the 7th, Travis Fryman, a 3-run homer off Rick White. His 6th of the year. It's an 11-9 game. Still bottom of the 7th. Indians down 1. Bases loaded for Enrique Wilson. Grounder to David Lamb, and oops. Throws it away. Justice, Sandy Alomar score. 3 Devil Rays errors in the game. Indians up 12-11. Bottom of the 8th, bases loaded for Robbie Alomar. And Alomar unloads him in a hurry. His 4th career grand slam. He was 3 for 5, drove in 5. Cleveland takes a wild one, 20-11, overcoming an 8-run deficit. 2 teams Saturday afternoon, and let's check out the action. Top of the 4th, 3-2 Devil Rays. Former Indian Herbert Perry, a guy who's had 6 knee surgeries, up there with the bases loaded. There, your visual proof. And there's Perry taking Charles Nagy to the gap in right center. 2-run score on the double. Perry 3 for 5, 4 RBI, 5-2 in favor of the D-Rays. Bottom of the 4th, same score as Esteban Yan. First start of the year, and blows Robbie Alomar away with the bases loaded. Alomar stunned. He left 7 runners on in the game. Bottom of the 9th. Devil Rays clinging to the 7-6 lead. Roberto Hernandez gets Kenny Lofton with a tying run at 3rd. Lofton K'd twice. Hernandez is major league leading 12th save as the D-Rays hang out.
Cleveland, Jarrett Wright against Kevin Nightstocker. That's Holbert Cabrera playing in place of injured Kenny Lofton. Lofton just out today with a tight handy. And look at Cabrera with a Gold Glove type play. Will Bungie Cordero with a 2-out grounder to short. Stocker boots it. Cannot give the Indians an extra out. So 2 on now with 2 out. Boom. Manny Ramirez. Back. Gone. 3-run shot. His 9th. Heads off Wilson Alvarez. Top of the 9th. The Indians lead at 5-2. Boom. Any question that that's not gone? Jose, can you see Canseco? His 11th. So that ties him for the major league lead. It's now a 5-4 game. Mike Jackson, isn't it a thriller? Hits Herbert Perry, who had a big game the other night for Tampa Bay, the former Indian. But the Indians win this one by the count of 5.
Was looking for their 4th straight win, hosting Tampa Bay. Bottom of the 6th, Mo Vaughn with the bases loaded, facing Bobby Witt. And Mo comes through with the grand slam. His 8th career grand slam, 7th homer of the year. And it's 4-0 Angels. Bottom of the 7th, Alan Newman replaces Rick White. Newman's first major league appearance, and it's against Mo, again with the bases loaded. Was he up to the challenge? Well, in a word, no. Before he can even pitch, he gets called for the balk. Reggie Williams awarded home. Angels up 6-2. Same at bat. 2 men on now, and Vaughn slaps it into right field. Andy Sheets, Randy Velarde score. Mo 2 for 4. Drove in 6, which ties a career high as the Angels win at 8-3. The Angels have now hit 4 grand slams this year. That is 1 more than they hit all of.
2 Devil Rays. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Jose Canseco, who busts out the whooping stick. Ferocious off of John Burkett. So Canseco is tied junior for 14, atop the major leagues in the home run department. It's 7-2 Devil Rays. Top of the 4th, 9-2 Devil Rays. John Flaherty at the plate, 2 on, 2 out. And he takes Burkett deep and gone for a 3-run shot, second in the game, 7th of the year, 4th career multi-homer game, and I have no more information about John Flaherty's power numbers. Your final scores, 13-3.
Jose Canseco, a runner on, 2-1 Devil Rays lead. Mira. 15th home run of the year. Canseco had gone 34 at-bats without a homer. Now he's got 5 jacks his last 8 games. His 15 homers ties Griff Jr. for the Major League lead. Bottom 9, D-Rays up 5-4. Roberto Hernandez facing Roberto Kelly with the bases loaded. Roberto gets Roberto to pop up. And Roberto makes the catch. Roberto pitched, Roberto hit, Roberto caught. Devil Rays hang on to win it 5-4. Canseco's 35 out.
Turn around, top of the second, a 0-0 game, and Paul Sorrento socks one. He not only socks one, he shoes one, and he pantses it too. 491 feet, the longest ball ever hit at the ballpark at Arlington. Jose Canseco is impressed. Top of the third, Canseco down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is doink off the foul pole, and it is gone. That's number 16 of the year, and the Devil Rays are looking good at 3-0. It's 5-2 Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 5th. Bobby Witt gives one up to Ivan Rodriguez, one to Rafael Palmeiro, his second of the game, and then Todd Zeile makes it back to back to back. Just the second time in Rangers history they've done that. And suddenly the 5-2 deficit is a 6-5 lead. Bottom of the 8th, Tom Goodwin in a 6-6 game against Rick White, singles up the middle. Roberto Kelly comes around. It's 7-6 Rangers, but can they hang on to it? Because Tampa Bay gets something going. First, Canseco pops up, and then Fred McGriff skies one. John Shave, he loses it in the high sky, makes the catch. John Oates, he got it. Rangers
3-2 Angels, 2 on. Tony Saunders facing Mo Vaughn, who says be seen. A 3-run shot. Mo 2 for 5, his 9th home run. And the Angels on top by the count of 6-2. Bottom of the 3rd, it's 6-3. The fans pulling for Jose Canseco, and he comes through. Off Ken Hill, 5th straight game of the homer for Canseco. 17th homer of the season. It's 6-4 Angels. Bottom of the 4th, Dave Martinez. Fly ball to right center. Todd Green can't handle it. You can't handle the fly ball. Kevin Stocker scores. Quentin McCracken scores. It's ruled a double. And Terry Collins, well, his team now trails at 7-6. Bottom of the 5th, Wade Boggs. Blooping one to left field. Boggs 2 for 4 in the game. 55 hits shy of 3,000 now. As the countdown continues, the Devil Rays take it 10-9. Canseco, Kevin Stocker, Martinez right now.
Next batter, Sparks hits Miguel Cairo. Game tied at 2 apiece. Very next batter, Sparks just throwing up those floaters, and yeah, Kevin Stocker will take it. That'll score a run. 3-2 D-Rays. Sparks, just the 7th AL pitcher to ever hit 3 consecutive batters in a game. Top 8 tied at 6. Mo Vaughn into center. That will bring in Darren Erstad. The Angels take the 7-6 lead. They go on to win this one 8-6, the final.
Mo Vaughn, and who would have thought with all the great pitchers throwing Sunday, this would be the best matchup. 1 for 4, 2 Ks for Vaughn. Bottom 4, 1 on, 1 out, Chuck Finley. Ledesma, 4, 6-3, double play. Finley induced him to hit into 3 of those. Roop cruising. Chris Pritchett couldn't get to it. 8 Ks in the day for Ryan Roop. Bottom 5, Finley locked in. Martinez cage swinging. He went 0 for 3. Finley had 7 Ks in the game. Top 7, Roop's got a no-hitter going. He faced the minimum through 6. The no-hit bid ends as Darren Erstad gloops one in. 3 batters later, Erstad's on second. Roop facing Garrett Anderson. Chopper up the middle. Good glove save. Inning over. Scoreless through 7. Bottom 8, 1 on. Finley facing Kevin Stocker. Shot down the line. Would it leave? No, off the bottom of the wall. Mike DeFelice to third. He overruns the bag, puts the brakes on, and finds nothing but air. Still scoreless. To the 10th we go. Roberto Hernandez is in. Mo Vaughn goes the other way. Velarde was running on the play, so Stocker went over to cover the bag. The hole was wide open. Velarde goes to third. And you could just sense that the brakes were going the Angels' way. Next batter, Garrett Anderson. And he reached out and touched one. It scores Velarde from third. Angels end up going on to win 4-zip. Anderson's only hit of the game was that one. Game doesn't make much sense here. You have Roop, who flirts with a no-hitter. Finley.
But they're up 1-0 in the 3rd. Juan Gonzalez busts out the whooping stick, leaves in a hurry. 3-run shot. It's gone. Texas up 3-0. Bottom of the third, same score. Wade Boggs at the plate. 2 out, and the bases loaded against Mark Clark. Boggs looking. Jim Evans punches him out, and Boggs gives him a look down. Top of the 6th, 7-1 Rangers. Gonzalez at the plate again, and Gonzalez at your service again. Deep to the wall. Second of the game, 12th of the season. Quentin McCracken makes a leaping stab at it and hurts himself in the process. Look at it again. Comes down hard on his right knee. He'd leave the game, and we'll have an MRI on that knee Tuesday. As for the game, Texas wins.
Game in Texas. Bottom 2, Ryan Glenn treating Paul Sorrento like a dog. Sit. Sorrento struck out. He was 0 for 3. 3 Ks for Glenn. Top 3, Juan Gonzalez doing some work. Lines a base hit over Paul Sorrento's head. Mark McLemore scores 41st RBI of the year for Gonzalez. Rangers up 4-zip. Bottom 4, Johnny Oates checking out his rookie, Glenn, as he schools Canseco. Daddy Canseco just 1 for 4 in the night. Bottom 5, 5-2 Rangers, 1 on John Flaherty. Oh, taking Glenn's pitch deep, but Rusty Greer, sweet jumping catch. Rusty making up for 3 strikeouts. Rangers win the game.
2 out. Juan Gonzalez at the plate, and watched Saunders follow through in his left arm.
Here we go.
You could hear it pop. It's dangling terribly off his elbow. Is his forearm and left hand. Goes down in obvious pain, does Saunders, as his teammates rush to his aid. And of the teammates in the dugout, they could not bear to watch what was going on. Catcher John Flaherty came out to grab his right hand to comfort him. Now, if you're thinking this is highly reminiscent of Dave Dravecki's injury, well, it is. Saunders broke his left humerus bone, the bone that runs from the shoulder to the elbow, the same bone that Dravecki broke throwing a pitch in 1989. Saunders was carted off to the hospital. He will miss the rest of the season. More on that in a moment. As for the ball game, top of the 8th, Devil Rays down 8-3. Jose Canseco unloads off of Rick Helling, number 18 of the season for Jose. Cuts the Texas lead to 8-5. It's now 8-6, still in the 8th. Bases full of Devil Rays. 2 outs for Wade Boggs against John Wetland, and Wetland wins this battle of former 96 Yankee teammates. So the Rangers hold on to win 8-6. Pud Rodriguez extended his hitting streak to 16 games.
0-9 against neither of those sluggers, but it's Butch Husky who did his best slugger impression, a 3-run homer, his 8th of the year. Mariners lead the AL in homers, 96 now this season. Husky 2 for 4, with the M's up 3-0 in the first. Now top of the 4th, 3-1 Mariners. Freddie Garcia to Wade Boggs. Boggs to deep center. Griffey on the run, and nice catch up against the fence. Junior also 1 for 4 at the plate. He did not homer, though, in the ballgame. Top of the 5th, same score. It's Garcia facing Jose Canseco. And Canseco also doesn't homer. A grounder to Russ Davis. It's Garcia out of the jam. Canseco 0 for 4. And the Mariners win it by the final of 6-1. 9th.
Danny Clyburn starts in, and that was the wrong move. It goes right over his head. A-Rod and Junior will all come around. Segui with the double 5-1 M's. Bottom 6, Segui up again. Rips one into right center. Dave Martinez can't cut the ball off. Goes all the way to the wall. Look at Segui flying around. He would get a triple and score and a sac fly. Segui 2 for 3 with 2 ribs to extend his hit streak to 15. Junior trying to extend his hitting streak. He had a 16-gamer on the line, but Roberto Hernandez gets him there. The streak is over. The Mariners did win the game 11-5. The Mariners 6 through 9 hitters.
For 3 with looking to have his team end a 7-game losing streak. That'll certainly help. Jose Canseco has just left the building. Well, let me check with Dale Ford. Yep. 19th on the year, tying him with Junior for the Major League lead. Next batter, Fred McGriff. Gone. Solo bomb the other way, makes it 4-2. Crime Dogs 14th on the year. Very next pitch from Ken Cloud. John Flaherty.
He hits a high fly ball.
That made it 5-2. Devil Rays tacked on a few more.
Home run for John Flaherty.
And win this one by the final of 15-7. Devil Rays snapping that 7-game losing streak with a club record 15 runs. All 9 Tampa starters had a hit and scored a run. Wade.
Bottom of the 2nd, man on for Eric Chavez with 2 outs. Facing Bobby Witt. Hits one deep to center. Randy Wynn misjudges. Chavez goes all the way to 3rd. A ribby triple makes the score 4-2 Devil Rays. Bottom of the 3rd, 1 out, bases loaded for the struggling Ben Grieve. Grieve at the plate. Grounds it to the apparent double play. but the throw from Kevin Stocker goes away from the crime dog, Miguel Tejada. Jason Giambi score. The A's up 5-4 on the Corsley error. 7-6 A's in the top of the 7th. Olmedo Signs can't handle it. Paul Sorrento's single brings in Wade Boggs. We're tied at 7. Bottom of the 9th, Tony Phillips leading off against Esteban Yan. And look out. Hits him, and he's staring. He's got something to say to him. And soon, we're going to be playing the feud. Bench is clearing. Folks out. Lots of pushing and shoving. Now, why isn't every single person coming off this bench suspended? There was nobody ejected, and I'm off my soapbox.
All right.
Matt Stairs ends the game later in the frame when everybody went back to the dugouts. Order was restored, and now everybody could just drive home safely. Oakland wins 10-7. 1-0 in the third. Tampa Bay. Jose Canseco, high chopper over the mountain. Miguel Tejada, bare hands, gets his man. Take another look. The gambler can't grab it bare hand, but he's got a shortstop with a bare hand. And a gun! How about the Devil Rays shortstop? Kevin Stocker, routine grounder. Yoicks. Second error on the night. Run scores in the error. A's up 5-1. Canseco watching the rain and the runs fall on his head. Oakland wins by the final of 5-2 in this ball game. Kenny Rogers, 15 straight wins.
2-1 Devil Rays, 2-1 for Jose Canseco. Viva la Villa Loca! 20th Jack of the Year, ties Junior for best in the bigs. Canseco also later had an RBI triple. He was 3 for 5. D-Rays up 5-1. Top 8 game tied at 6. One man on for Paul Sorrento facing TJ Matthews, and Sorrento getting his. Herbert Perry comes in to score from second. Devil Rays go up 7-6. Art Howe said later of the pitch that Jose hit, it was like trying to sneak a sunrise past a rooster. Canseco was 1 for 8.
Straight saves. Battle with the D-Rays. Bottom of the 7th. Marlins up 9-5. Jose Canseco, BC. Off Jesus Sanchez, his league-leading 21st homer, brings the Devil Rays to within 2 at 9-7. Bottom of the 9th. Marlins still up 9-7. Matt Manti taking control, gets Kevin Stocker swinging. He was 1 for 4. Randy Wynn swinging. He was 1 for 5, and then blows away Canseco to end the ball game. Manti, 1 inning, 3 Ks as the Marlins rally for the 9-6
fall to the Mets 8-2 after the. Sometimes you feel like a hit.
Got him.
Sometimes you don't. 2,000th career strikeout for Smoltz, 52nd player to reach that plateau. Bottom 2, 3-zip Devil Rays, 2-on for John Smoltz. Hey, he wasn't even in the Chicks Dig the Long Ball commercial, but Smoltz, 5th career home run. 13 home runs by pitchers this year, 3 by Brave pitchers. Smoltz, he said, I swung hard. We're tied at 3. Speaking of swinging hard, get up. Top 5, Braves up 7-3. Get up. Jose Canseco, his 22nd homer of the year, best in the bigs, 7-4 Braves. Top 7, 7-5 Braves, 1 on. Fred McGriff facing Mike Rimlinger. McGriff, robbed by Brett Boone. Player-hating crime dog, 320 batting average, but he was robbed there. Bottom 8, 8-5 Braves. Andrew Jones. All right, bro, we got your point. Jones scored 3 runs. That's his 9th homer of the year. Braves win the game 9-5.
Ottawa. And right back at you. And then Perez doubles off the runner at first to end the inning. Look again.
What great reaction by Perez.
Bottom of the 2nd, Herbert Perry. Rough inning at third base for the Devil Rays. Yoicks, and away. Brian Hunter scores. 2-0 Braves. Next batter, Gerald Williams, sends one Perry's way. Goes off him and right into the stands for a ground rule double. 2 runs scored. Gerald Williams with 4 hits on the night. 4-0 Braves. Very next batter, not again. Brett Boone off of the knee and takes his hat off. Larry Rothschild and Perry bumming. Wilson Alvarez. Well, he gets removed in the 3rd and then removes his hat, and some lucky fan gets a glove. And then Jose Canseco left the game in the 5th with a stiff back. Just a terrible night for the Devil Rays. The Devil Rays have lost 5 straight, 14 of 16. They committed 2 more errors on Tuesday to give them 17.
Out. But first, there's this 2nd inning, 2-1 Braves. The pitcher, Ryan Roop's at bat, runner at first, and Roop going to bunt. Pops it in the air. Chipper Jones after it, then not after it so much. Sets him up for the double play. Lets it drop. Tom Glavine starts the double play. Roop never even runs to first. It's fancy. Top of the 10th, tied at 3, and here's Canseco, the pinch hitter. Chops one foul. And watch him on the replay on the swing. The back definitely bothering, not the full normal extension. You see him grimace. Very next pitch, Mike Remlinger. Fall the hostess. Your table is waiting. Canseco troubled by that back problem. 11th inning, Brian Hunter pinch hitting now, and Roberto Hernandez comes up in the face after him. Hunter down quickly, upset by what occurs, and reasonably getting his jaw checked out here would leave the game under his own power. Just a bruised upper lip. 12th inning, tied at 3. Andrew Jones with the bases loaded knocks that thing past the outfield, and Brian Jordan scores the winning run. The Braves get it in 12 innings. The Braves got the winner from Jones after botching a couple.
Canseco facing Miguel Batista with a man aboard. Canseco rips one and misses a home run by about a foot. Dave Martinez coming all the way around to score from first base. 1-zip Devil Rays. Jose now with 51 ribs. Speaking of ribs, in the 6th, Batista busts him a little bit too far inside in the short ribs. Canseco grimaces and stays in the game. Bottom 6, tied at 3. Batista going down that line. That'll bring across Ryan McGuire. The Expos take the 4-3 lead. We go to the 8th. Devil Rays down 5-4 runners at the corners. 2 down. Uget Urbina gets Paul Sorrento waving. Urbina's 13th save. The Expos win it 5-4.
They've won 8 of their last
13 homers to make that 14 homers. Vlad 2 for 5. Ties the game up at 1 apiece. 7th inning, Devil Rays up 3-2. Jose Canseco fouls one off and holds his side. Jose got hit in the ribs by a pitch Friday night, maybe feeling the after effects of that, or maybe not, because Jose just broke the baseball. Ties Jr. with his 23rd home run as the Devil Rays go on to win this one, 5-3 the final. The D-Rays' first win in 8 interleague games this season. They've now won 3 of their last 19. Mickey Callaway just called up on Wednesday, wins his major league debut. Canseco's now homered in 11 straight series. The Blue Jays in the field.
Stop a fine. Little pop-up. We don't generally show a lot of these. Rondell White coming, sliding. Big fancy catch, but at a cost. Injured on the play, hamstring trouble. He's day-to-day. Not a good one for Jose Canseco. He's had the back trouble. Pavano choking on a splinter. Later in the game, Canseco, big, huge cut coming. The miss, an 0 for 4. And Pavano, nice work. 3-hitter and his first career.
It's the anti-slapping. White Sox and Devil Rays. Top 9, Sox up 9-4. Jose. That ball was right down. I mean, it was on the ground. He took it out of there like a laser. 3-run shot, second of the game, 25th of the season. Leads the Bigs 9-7 Chicago. Wade Boggs represented the tying run. Bobby Howery gets him to fly out. Darren Jackson picked the click there. White Sox hang on to win it by a count.
Devil Rays and White Sox, bottom of the 9th. White Sox trail 3-2. Roberto Hernandez facing Mike Caruso with 2 on. Caruso getting a piece of this one. Bouncer off the glove. Kevin Stocker at short. End of game. And Caruso 0 for 5. Left 6 men on base. Hard luck guy. 3-4
as we said.
Top 4. Canseco logs on. Part of the Gone Network. He's been spending a lot of time online lately. 26 for Jose. The White Sox would win it in the 11th on a bases loaded.
The Devil Rays taking on each other in Minnesota. Top of the first 2 outs. Brad Radke facing Jose Canseco. And Jose goes the other way. Still enough power to get it out. His 27th home run of the year gives the Devil Rays a 1-0 lead. They go on to win it 4-3. Jose has homered in 13 straight series, tying Roger Maris for the second longest streak.
Together an actual winning streak. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, Twins down 5-4. Brent Gates grounding one to right off Roberto Hernandez to score. Todd Walker. Lone hit for Gates, ties it at 5. And as the rules dictate, we head to extra innings. Top of the 11th, still tied, 2 outs. Miguel Cairo. Huge game for him. The single scores a run. Wade Boggs thrown out at 3rd, but it just doesn't matter. Cairo 4 for 6. Tom Kelly assumes the position.
El Duque, what was that?
Whoa.
Joe Torre doesn't know what that was. Canseco can laugh. He did go 0 for 4. El Duque to Roger Clemens. You know, it just didn't go properly. But the game did go well for the Yanks. 7-0 the final. New York now a game in front of Boston in the
to earn his first and he busts out the whooping stick.
Swings this ball.
Takes former Yankee Dave Island deep and gone. 11th of the year. 3-1 is your score. It's now 10-4 Yankees in the top of the ninth. Martinez needs a triple for the cycle, but he hit it too far. 2-run shot. Yanks up 12-4, and that will wrap it up. The first 5 hitters had 16 of the Yankees' season-high 19 hits, and Bernie obviously loves hitting in the second spot.
Overall, Canseco only 2 for 28 lifetime against the Rocket. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Tampa Bay. Bases loaded, and Canseco goes down. Clemens wins that battle. Bottom of 3, Tampa Bay again with the bases loaded. Kevin Stocker singles in Bubba Tremble, but Paul O'Neill guns down John Flaherty. Good job by Jorge Posada holding on. Top of the 5th, 3-1 Tampa Bay. Yankees with the bases loaded. Paul O'Neill. Bring them all in. Everybody in. Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, Tino Martinez. They score.
Looking to complete a sweep of the Devil Rays as we check out the action from Thursday night. Chris Chambliss coaching third base. Willie Randolph away at his son's high school graduation. How to work out for Chambliss? Well, not so well. Paul O'Neill at second. Chili Davis, who also homered in the game, with the base hit. Chambliss rather waving O'Neill home. He gets thrown out easily. Bottom of the 7th, Yanks up 4-3. Andy Pettit to Herbert Perry. Lines to O'Neill and right, and then they double off Miguel Cairo as the Yanks complete a 3-game sweep with the 7-3 win. New York improves to 14-1 against the D-Rays over the past 2 seasons. It was Tampa Bay's 11th straight home loss. Jose Canseco 0 for 3, ending his streak of 13 consecutive series with a homer.
Good thinking about third straight. How about Fred McGriff? Home runs in 3 straight games. That one off Kelvin Escobar and the catwalk. It travels an estimated 455 feet, the second longest in the extensive.
Coming off the DL against Jose Canseco, chop and broccoli. Canseco struck out 3 times tonight. Bottom 1, Carpenter to Wade Boggs. Little chopper. Where'd the ball end up? Catcher Darren Fletcher grabs it from the jersey, and the game continues. 2-1 Toronto. Tony Batista. 5th is the Blue Jay. 3-1 Toronto. Now bottom of 9, 2 out. Billy Koch. Canseco strikes out, but the ball gets past Fletcher. Doesn't get it to first in time, so got to get 4 outs. Fred McGriff, there it is. Koch, he can throw hard. Rough night all around for the Devil Rays. The mascot even going down. The Blue Jays win it 3-2, so 4 Toronto relievers.
First, the Sox Devil Rays game on Wednesday. Pick it up bottom of the 9th. Nomar the tying run on second. Down 9-8. Mike Stanley base hit. Off for Roberto Hernandez. The throw from Bubba Trammell is high. Garcia Parra is safe. We go to extras. Bottom of the 10th. Devil Rays up 11-10. Garcia Parra a chance to win it. Runners on second and third, but Hernandez gets him to ground to Aaron Ledesma at third to wrap it up. The Devil Rays win a close one, 11-10 in 10. Canseco did not go yard, but he walked 4 times. However, Wade Boggs homered, his 52nd career homer in Fenway as the Devil Rays won for the 4th time in 5 games. Nomar did extend his hit streak to 15 in the loss. The Red Sox finally put John Valentin on the DL due to the effects getting beamed on the head over the week.
Most of those hits and 5 batting titles came in a Boston uniform, and yet he still gets booed at the Fens. Boggs says, "I've come to expect it. The majority of the people doing it were in diapers when I was here."
Of course, as you're well aware of, they're doing it again. They're giving Wade Boggs boos. A couple of years ago.
Top of the 2nd, they'd be cheering in Tampa. That's because he's playing some wall ball. Doubles off the wall against Jinho Cho. Boggs went 2 for 4 in the game. Top of the 4th, here we go, tied at 1. Mike DeFelice had a big game. Base hit up the middle. That would score Paul Sorrento, and the Devil Rays take a lead 2-1. They go on to blow out the Sox 12-3. How about DeFelice? He had 7 RBI.
Now, if you were Jose Canseco, how would you celebrate your 35th birthday? With a bomb, of course. That's number 29 for Jose. 1 more. He'll become the first player in history to hit 30 homers for 4 different teams.
2 batters later, Bubba Trammell, 2-run bomb to left. Tampa Bay goes up by the score of 8-1. Bottom 6, Jays within 3 at 8-5. Scott Aldred walks Sean Green. Then he walks Carlos Delgado. So now the bases are loaded. Tony Fernandez starting to cool off a touch. Big situation here. His team is down 3 runs. And what happens? not what Fernandez and the Jays wanted. A 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the inning. Bottom 9 now, Dave.
Well, Tampa Bay almost blowing a 8-1 lead. Shannon Stewart, watch this defense. Roberto Hernandez, not very pretty, but effective. He got the out. And then Craig Graybeck up, tying run at third, winning run at second. Ground ball up the middle. Miguel Cairo grabs, throws. What a play by the crime dog. It wasn't very pretty, but the Devil Rays, who were a great defensive team a year ago, they would struggle in June, but they get 2 big plays there, and they win 8-7.
4 RBIs for as well as bases loaded here. Just inside the line. All 3 runners come in to score. Fernandez 1 for 3. His average down to 385. Toronto's up by the score of 4-0. Still 4-zip top 6. Jose Canseco hit number 29 last night. Chris Carpenter rings him up and sits him down. Canseco 0 for 4 in the game.
Okay, now starting pitching, I'm sure you remember this, was supposed to be the Blue Jays' forte. But what a shock that Chris Carpenter's their only starter under 5. Now in this 8th inning, he gets the breaking ball to get John Flaherty. Fastball just eats up Kevin Stocker here. Ground ball to second base. And he's got plenty left to blow away Randy Wynn. Now, Chris Carpenter could really be something special.
3-hit shutout for Carpenter, who was making his second start since the return from the DL. Craig Graybeck, DHing at 5-7, goes 4 for 4. Is now 12 for 24 and 6 starts.
Good. Go on.
The ball hit deep to left field.
Solo bomb, 30th on the year. More on that in a moment. Top of the 8th, Devil Rays down 1. 1 out, 2 on. Paul Sorrento at the plate. And Homer Bush. Oh, Homer Bush gets the double play. Blue Jays win it by the final of 6-3. Sean
Stanley changes that with one swing as he goes skyward for his 10th homer of the year. 1-0 Boston. Bottom 5, Mark Portugal loves pitching against Tampa Bay. He's pitching to Jose Canseco right now. He's frozen. Canseco with 30 home runs, but could do nothing against Portugal. He was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Bottom 8, Derek Lowe to Aaron Ledesma. Grounds one toward the hole. Wilton Veras starts the 5-4-3 double play. Boston with a sweet victory. Portugal crediting confidence for his 3-0 record in 4 starts.
It doesn't. In the 3rd, 1-zip. Mike Stanley taking Wilson Alvarez exit stage right. 3-run home run. Stanley's got 11. Bottom 7, D-Rays within 1. Canseco. Pat Rapp coming back from a 3-love count, gets him to foul off a couple, now 3-2, and he got him. Canseco nearly screwed himself into the ground. End of inning, the 30-homer guy can't get it done there. However, Paul Sorrento, he's your number 5 home run guy, and he ends up with his 6th, but it's the game winner. 6-4, Devil Rays take care of the Red Sox. That guy's from Peabody, Mass. He's not supposed to be doing that.
No, but he has the right, he's got the right to engineer a trade in.
There's Pedro, 1-1 game in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs facing fellow All-Star Jose Canseco swinging. Pedro, 14 strikeouts on the night. Top of the 6th, runners on the 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Sox up 2-1. Dave Island taken to right center by Lou Merlone, robbed by Randy Wynn. So the Sox failed to score. It would cost them. Bottom of the 6th, same score. Runner on 2nd, Paul Sorrento. Base hit. John Flaherty come on down. Trot Nixon's throw. Not in time. Tampa ties the game at 2. Goes up 3-2 on a fielder's choice. That just scored top of the 8th. Troy O'Leary, check swinging. No, he's gone. Norm Charlton struck out the side in the 8th, and the Devil Rays win 3-2 and getting his first win since 1995 and only the 7th.
Wins at Shea by. Speaking of Tampa, that's where the Red Sox were, trying to stay 3 back of the Yanks. Jose Canseco on the bottom of the 3rd, get out of town. And the Devil Rays take a 2-1 lead. Bottom 6 tied at 2. Man on 2nd, 2 down. John Flaherty, base hit on the carpet to right. Here's Canseco showing off the wheels. Throw from the outfield is cut off. Flaherty is caught in a rundown, but Brian Dahlback drops the ball. And Flaherty safe at first. Devil Rays win by a score of 3-2. Canseco went big fly. He broke out of his 1 for 20.
4th highest. Marlins down 2. Danny Batista up the middle. Kevin Millar would come in to score, so the Marlins are down only 1 at 9-8. 2 batters later with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Roberto Hernandez, business. On the corner against Dave Berg. Devil Rays win at 9-8. Hernandez got 26 saves this year. Castillo, Gonzalez, Avon, Millar, 9 for 19. Fred McGriff, 4 for 5, a double, single.
into the ninth with a 3-run lead, but bottom 9, Mets up just 7-6, 2 outs, 2-1. Bubba Trammell already with the homer, getting his freak and his vibe on. Bloop single in the center. Fred McGriff scores the tying run. Trammell a thick 3-for-4 night. Benitez needs a hug. The injured John Franco. I can't help you, kid. We're tied at 7. Top 10, 2 outs, man on second. Roger Cedeno is bringing it. Randy Wynn cannot catch up to it. A ground rule double. Benny Agbayani scores the winning run. That's why Cedeno, batting 9th, is hitting .333 meters.
The rug, and that's Brian McRae at the plate. Off Witt's glove. Stocker makes a diving grab in the backhand to get Piazza at second. Bottom of the 8th, mid on first and second. Stocker batting. Rounds the second. And Alfonso in love with his glove. Gets the flip back. And the Mets win. Mike Piazza can't stop the match.
Tampa Bay Tarpons. I mean, it's throw back the clock day, but you know, obviously you can't throw it back if your last team was a minor league team.
Wade Boggs drives in Miguel Cairo, 1-0 Tampa Bay in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second is 2-0 Devil Rays. And Mike DeFelice off of Oral Hershiser, 3rd home run of the season, and it's now 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Wilson Alvarez today had the kind of command you kind of keep waiting for, you know, for 5 or 6 innings of the game. Makes a very nice pitch here away to Ricky Henderson. Boy, he's got that skull. He had it really nice at each angle of the plate geared in. Breaking ball, he strikes out Alfonso. Agbayani gets caught looking. And then he makes a nice play on this comebacker. Starts a 1-6-3 double play. Good day for him.
Not very good base running by Benny Agbayani. Melvin Mora pulls the bat back, and he gets picked off. DeFelice has thrown out 6 in a row trying to steal, and now picks a guy off.
Still on the top of the 7th, bases loaded, 2 outs, and Norm Charlton strikes out Henderson to end the inning. Bottom 8 still 3-2 Tampa Bay. Bubba Trammell the 3rd. Mora, great stop and throw for the out. In the top of the 9th, 1 out. Ventura up as a pinch hitter, Peter.
Well, this is a great at-bat. He was way behind on one pitch for Roberto Hernandez, made an adjustment, dropped out, got the bat head out, and missed by like 2 feet of a game-tying home run.
Well, now it's a full count. Fly to right, and not deep enough. So Tampa Bay now 19-10 in 1-run games. They win it by the score of 3-2. 2 singles for Boggs.
When it comes to Tampa, but Turtle pitch to anybody who wants to stand in the box. After his 14th win, Miguel Cairo hard. Roland starts at 54-3 double play, one of 2 that the Rays hit into. To the 8th, tied at 2, Scott Roland, Albie Lopez, 3-2-1 liftoff. Scott's 22nd home run of the season. Figured this one was blowing foul, but instead the currents inside kept it fair. Phillies up 3-2. Schilling says, Terry, I'm okay. I'm going out in the 9th. And McGriff hit it hard. Ron Gant, shoestring. Only 4 hits for the Rays. McGriff went 0 for 4. Abreu and Roland come up with 2 hits each for the Phils. This counts. This is for real, says Schilling. The All-Star game, and this don't job.
Sunday, and in his first plate appearance Monday. Off of Brian Ricard, 2-run shot, 3rd in 2 days, 2-0 Phils. Next at bat in the top of the 3rd, and Roland. He got it. So that's 3 home runs in 3 straight plate appearances. He broke up that streak with a measly old double, Reese.
He's in a slump.
Yeah, he homered 4
1, Bronya, Arojo, liftoff. Doug Glanville, Bobby Abreu both come plateward as that thing hops over. The Phillies tied at 3. Bottom 9, Tampa down 4-3. Tying runs on second. Wayne Gomes got a job to do. Didn't. Right back up the middle it goes. Herbert Perry with an RBI single, so it's 4-4. Extra innings in the 10th. Man at second and 3rd, Bobby Abreu. He's been huge all year. Roberto Hernandez threw some heat by him. We're still tied at 4. To the 13th, same score. Need to get a fly ball. McGriff's a good guy to do it, isn't he?
Well, he knows how to hit. Situational hitter right there. Just went ahead and took what they were going to give him. Lifted the ball left field. Stocker scores. Ball game.
2 RBI. Devil Rays with a switch on the mound right away. Wilson Alvarez, name scratched out. Rick White, new starter. Alvarez, a right tricep injury early on, and Bernie Williams punishing White for coming in. 2-run shot, his 15th of the year. He's 1 for 4. Yankees up on top 2-1. Top of the 4th, Fred McGriff up with 2-1 ball game, and Andy Pettitte serving one up. McGriff done that to a lot of people. Rips that out. 21st home run of the year. He was 2 for 3. Tie ball game 2-2. Still 2-2. Bottom of the 5th, Paul O'Neill. Little slice on this one. Going down the line, and that's fair ball. Derek Jeter coming around. He's going to score. Yanks take a lead 3-2. Pettitte sweating this one out. He struggled, but 5-4 lead, and Ramiro Mendoza, he struck him out, got Paul Sorrento, and the Yanks take it 5-4. New York. Rafael Palmeiro comes up, singles sharply in the right. Gonzalez says, I'm going to check. Into third. As he gets there, he discovers that something's just not feeling right. So he's done. In the dugout, he'd leave the game. Precautionary x-rays negative. That's good news. Blast off. Pudge Rodriguez, a 2-run shot to left. The 16th of the year, the Rangers up 10-1. And they made it in.
Out. No score. Wade Boggs facing Esteban Loaiza. Boggs off the box, off Loaiza. Just a base hit. Tally now 2-9-8-8. And one man in a funny hat. Top 6. Texas down 1 man for Lee Stevens, and Lee takes Al Newman. What? Me worry to left. Over the wall and gone. But nobody ran into the southwest side. Stevens number 16, second in 2 nights. Rangers beat the D-Rays 5-3.
This situation. Bottom 8, 4-0 Rangers. Rich Butler fouls it up. Rick Helling sees it. Greg Zahn doesn't. It's the roof. Greg Zahn, though, able to make a spectacular catch. He was in there as Pudge got the day off. Bottom 9, Devil Rays down 4-2 with a man on. Wade Boggs. 1 for 3 in the game. This is the 1 to left center. Boggs now 11 hits shy of 3,000. Bubba Trammell scores. Boggs rounding second, huffing and puffing. Get there, Wade. Safe at third. Then, later in the bottom of the 9th, it's John Wetland who comes on for the save as the Rangers hang on to win 4-3. So the Rangers have now won 8 in a row. Wetland picking up his second save.
8 guys in the DL. They're in Tampa, and the climb dog is Rip City. 24th of the year. Fred McGriff now 36 on the all-time list with 383 homers, 1 zip. Bobby Witt, non-roster invitee, 14-year vet, didn't know if he'd make the team, Ray.
Well, Bobby Witt in 1987 had the best fastball in the American League behind Nolan Ryan. Faced him with a great slider, a lot of promise, never could throw strikes. That's his second shutout on the season, leads the American League, first one since 1997
and make it
to contact. More baseball. Angels at Tampa Bay. Top 5. Halos up 4-1. Garrett Anderson at plate. Move on and base. Anderson. Get at me, dog. Holla at him, brother. 2-run shot, his 16th of the year, tying a career high he set in 1995. Angels win.
Fred McGriff wasn't sitting because he's going to be traded. He's day-to-day with a bad quad. Randy Velarde, Oakland debut, grounds to second, an easy double play. Bottom 2, Miguel Tejada against Dave Island.
Right, he's really been struggling with the plate. 4 hits in his last 44 at-bats. Here, Island throws a breaking ball, has him way off balance. He throws another breaking ball away, so we know he's not going to hit a breaking ball. So he throws him a fastball, and he hits a bullet to left field.
That'll get you out of a slump. 2-0 A's on Tejada's 10th. Bottom 2, Eric Chavez is up, and this goes right back up the middle. Look out. Raffanino gets over there in a hurry. Good stretch, good leather. Matthew Stairs is a professional hitter. That's all he is. He's a lot more than that, but he is a good hitter. That comes off Island, 4-0 A's. This is Wade Boggs looking
at the plate in the second inning. Boggs lines a double to right center. Boggs 2 for 4 in the game. He's now 6 hits shy of 3,000. Bottom 4, tied at 2. Miguel Tejada at the plate. Solo home run makes it 3-2 Oakland. And then Eric Chavez, his 11th of the year, back-to-back home runs. And Oakland's up by the score of 4-2. 3 batters after that. It's Jason Giambi with 2 on. Giambi 4 for 4 in the game, drove in 3. This is a home run for him, a 3-run shot. A's up 7-2. And how about John Jaha? Perhaps the comeback player of the year in the American League. That's his 27th home run of the season. And the A's win it by the score of 10-6. Fred McGriff of Tampa Bay.
The West, despite Mariners from Safeco. Top of the second, Freddie Garcia gets Wade Boggs swinging. Bottom of the 4th, bases full of Mariners for Dan Wilson. Mickey Callaway's throw goes through the 5-hole of John Flaherty. A-Rod puts the Mariners up 1-0. It's a 3-0 game. Boggs at the bat in the 5th inning, base hit. He, like Win, now 5 hits shy of 3,000. Mariners win 4-0.
Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, boy. Number 35 and career number 385. Ties him for 35th all-time with Dwight Evans. Very next pitch, A-Rod goes the other way. Back-to-back home runs. A-Rod's 25th. M's lead 3-2. 9th inning, Boggs continues his pursuit. And Boggs the other way. But Brian Hunter, oh, great grab. Boggs with one hit on the night, still shy of 3,000, and the Mariners win it by a final score.
Against the McGriff got it. 26th home run of the year.
Left the building.
He's now homered in 36 different ballparks, extending his own major league record. 2-0 Devil Rays. As for Wade Boggs in his search for 3,000. Rips one off of Gilgamesh down the right field line. John Mabry, nice play, but Boggs does get career hit number 2,997. He left after the 5th inning with an inflamed right knee.
3 hits shy, and the comebacker, Dave Burba, perhaps stole one of those big hits. Gets Boggs at first. Boggs 0 for 3 with a walk on the night. Top 6. Esteban Yan to Omar Vizquel. Brian O'Nora, the home plate ump, calls it a ball. Larry Rothschild begs to differ. Rothschild gets the immediate heave-ho. He fought authority, and authority always wins. Bottom 6, Aaron Ledesma up, bases bloated, right back through the box. Freddie McGriff will score. Bubba Trammell hard behind him. The Devil Rays take the 3-2 lead. They go on to win this one 4-2, your final. Even with the possibility of 3,000 Tropicana Field, Devil Rays and Indians, there is Wade now. 29, 97, and holding. Bottom 3rd, he's not holding anymore. He uses that hole he loves so much. Dave Martinez scores up to 29, 98. Wade Boggs 2 hits shy of 3,000. The tension starting to build. Bottom 4, next at bat, same hole. 29, 99. 75% of his hits have been singles. His father, Wynn, looking on and enjoying, so we're 1 hit away. Bottom 6, next at bat. The 1-2 pitch just outside. His son, Brett, named after George Brett, looking on. Boggs takes the deep breath. Larry Rothschild getting a little nervous. Here's the pitch from Chris Haney and the call from Dwayne Statz.
Check of the runner and the 2-2. Swung on a long drive. Hit deep to right. That baby's going to go. Number 3,000 is a home run for Wade Boggs.
Boggs salutes his mom, who died years ago. He becomes the first player to reach 3,000 with the home run, kisses home plate, then he gets swallowed up by his teammates. He grew up 20 minutes from Tropicana Field, says thanks to the crowd, he is in the club. Boggs averages less than 2 homers a season.
Boggs both look to add to their totals this afternoon at the Trop. Top first scoreless, Roberto Alomar up off Wilson Alvarez. And the shot, get out of town, a left. Solo job is 19th. 1-0 in favor of the Tribe. Then in the bottom of the 2nd, the man of the season for Tampa, Wade Boggs. Man showing power to all fields lately. The ground rule double over left field wall. He's now 999 shy of 4,000, and they're still counting in Tampa. Boggs would then leave the game to an ovation. Bottom 8, the man who replaced Boggs in the lineup, Paul Sorrento. Picking up where Boggs left off Ricardo Rincon, deep to right and out. His 8th, 5-2 Devil Rays. And Wade Boggs said of his double prior to leaving the game early, he said, quote, was probably the most relaxed at bat I...
On second for Mike Bordick. Rips one to right center field. Look out. Terrell Lowry, Jose Guillen. Oh, my goodness. Lowry makes the catch to end the game. Close call. The Devil Rays answer the call. 10-9. Tampa.
The Orioles and the Devil Rays. There is Mike Bordick. Down the line it goes. Delano DeShields and Ryan Miner. Brady Anderson all touch home. Ball got stuck. Not a ground rule double. Mike Bordick goes 4 for 6 with 5 ribs at 6-0 O's. In the 8th, Wade's World warming up in the bullpen. He's done it once before. Pitched for the Yanks in '97. Didn't give up a hit. He's keeping his team in it, Ray. 16-1. They didn't rally, though, in the
Tampa Bay 7-game road trip that began in KC Thursday, where the Royals were doubling their pleasure. In the 2nd inning, Miguel Cairo bangs into the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Ray Sanchez and Carlos Febles hooking up here on Fred McGriff in the 5th. Febles to Sanchez to Mike Sweeney. 3rd double play of the night for the Royals, who also had as many errors. As for Sweeney at the plate, bottom of the 5th, men on the corners, base hit. Sweeney now has a 24-game hit streak, tied with 3. To the top of the 6th, 2 men on for Paul Sorrento. And Sorrento, he got it. 10th home run of the season. 6-3 Devil Rays at this point. They hold on to win 7-6. Sorrento's homer was
Devil Rays, and they turn the clock some direction. We're not sure if this is ahead or behind, but in any event, Jose Guillen brings in Fred McGriff and John Flaherty. The Devil Rays were up 2-love. Top 5, 1 on. Bubba Trammell. And 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Bubba's 2-run homer off Jeff Suppan brings in 2. 6-0. Trammell's 8th of the year. Devil Rays go on to win 11-4. The good news is they should burn those Kansas City and win. Put me back together. Well, he's back together, and he would be fine after getting hit on the arm by Jeff Suppan's first pitch. Bottom 6, Royals are up 2-zip. John Flaherty. Jeff Suppan, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. 2-run shot for Flaherty, his 11th of the year, so he's stealing Canseco's thunder. Now in the 7th, Canseco's got a man on third. Suppan's breaking ball. He goes fishing. He went over 2 walks.
It only took 1 hit to win that comeback player of the night award, but neither he nor Burnett's got one.
Great play at first as Bobby Smith laid one down, but Mike Sweeney made a diving catch. Scott Service then hits Flaherty. That forces in the winning run. So Tampa, winner 5-4. Service walked, the bases loaded, retired, nobody. And of course he hit Flaherty.
Surgery and all that. Grounds 1 to Ray Sanchez at short. Nice stop. And then the throw. Dave Martinez beats the throw. Single for Canseco. 2 for 4 with no RBIs. Getting that timing back slowly but surely. 3 batters later. Paul Sorrento with the bags full up the middle. The weird bounce off the turf. Canseco would score 2-0. And then Fred McGriff. Exclamation point. A 3-run home run, number 28 for McGriff. And there you see the final 8-2.
1 men aboard. Jose Rosado pitching. Mike DeFelice. The grounder passed Mike Sweeney. Miguel Cairo scores. DeFelice accounting for all the D-Rays runs with a homer and an RBI single. Devil Rays win it by the final of 2-1. Devil Rays won for the 7th time in 8 games. Rolando Orojo won at home for the first time since last September.
Snap the 4. Paul Konerko, he has 1 career grand slam, and he's trying to put it on the board. Not quite. Ray Durham, Carrizo, and the big hurt would all score. Konerko, he could still be the pick to click because he was 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs.
For a reason. Miguel Cairo lines out to center, but first base ump John Shulock says, wait, no pitch. Saying Parquet's foot was not on the rubber. Take another look. Not there. Take another look now. This is Sports Center. Right. Cairo would later fly out to left. How many shows are going to show you whether somebody's on the rubber or not, huh? Bottom of the 3rd. Bases full of Devil Rays for Jose Canseco. Mike DeFelice, Miguel Cairo score. 2 ribby single for Canseco. Tampa Bay wins at 6-5. Wilson
was won 8-10. Ray Durham 2 on 2 out in the second facing Ryan Roop, and he has clout, but not quite enough because the ball caroms off the top of the wall. Carlos Lee and Mark Johnson both score. White Sox go on to win it 6-1. Durham 4 for 5, 3 doubles and 3
scoring 20. Could have taught some base running skills. Bottom 6, Miguel Cairo in second. Jose Canseco, who was 2 for 3, loops 1 to right. The ball misplayed by Maglio Ordonez, bounces over his head. The relay comes in from the outfield and somehow beats Cairo to the plate. Cairo done. Yo, show him how it's done, Shorty. See, proper technique. Hit third with the inside foot, sharp turn, go to the plate. Bottom 8, Bobby Smith on as a pinch runner, and he got picked by Sean Lowe. Lowe, an AL best 6 picks this year. Inning is done. One more lesson. Got to have a lesson. This is what they call the cool jog with the thigh out. Back to the dugout. Devil Rays win the game 9-7. But as Larry Rothschild
going over. Goodness. Bottom of the 1st, Baines arrived just in time for the ball game, and in his first at bat, I think this is a good pickup. Off Rolando Arrojo to the base of the wall. Robbie Alomar and Manny Ramirez score. 2-0 Indians. Harold making a very nice debut. More on that later. Top 9, 2-1 Tribe. Paul Sorrento facing Mike Jackson. 2 on and 1 out. And Sorrento hits the ball off the mound past Jackson, but Robbie hustles. 4-3. Put him out. Send him out. And the Tribe wins again, 2-1. Not a bad.
Charles Nagy has been as consistent as anybody in the American League the last 4 years. He's won over 15 games. There's the intentional walk to Fred McGriff. Here comes the sacrifice fly. In comes Justice in. He makes the play. Now he's got to get out of the inning. He's got Sorrento. The good split-finger fastball from Nagy keeps him on the infield and gets Nagy out of trouble.
In the bottom of the 8th, Indians up 2-zip. The batter is Manny Ramirez.
Swung on, ground ball single, back up the middle.
Up the middle, RBI number 131 on the year for Ramirez. Leads the majors, 3-0 Cleveland. Mike Jackson now on the top of the ninth against Paul Sorrento. Off of Mike Jackson, Omar Vizquel. Are you kidding me?
I wished I was, but this happens almost on a daily basis in Cleveland. Look at him set himself right here. Watch where the left foot goes. Look at it go in the direction of first base. His body, everything headed in that way, helping the throw be a little bit stronger, more accurate. Vizquel, unbelievable.
The Yankees for the best record in the American League. Roberto Alomar to right center. Jose Guillen. Newbie! Drops between Guillen and Terry Lowry. Enar Diaz comes to score, ties it at 2. And Guillen is puzzled. Bases loaded, 6-4 Devil Rays. Jim Thome against Roberto Hernandez. They're loaded, I say. And that's just another case of the man keeping us down. Cleveland left the bases loaded twice in the game. Devil Rays won it 6-4. Before being stopped in this one, Cleveland had won 18 games in final at-bats this year. Hernandez 15 but against Doug Johns. Cairo going to left. Brady Anderson has long sideburns. We're in the first still. We're stuck there. 2 outs. Jose Canseco, another case of the man keeping us down.
Not a strike.
Tells umpire Bill Miller to rent waiting for Guffman. Orioles up 2-1. We're in the 6th now. Fred McGriff, little roller. Cal Ripken 0 for 3 as a batter. Nice play as a fielder, and the Orioles win it 3-1. Al Bell homered. He has now 30 homers, 8 straight years. The record's 12. Didn't speak with reporters, but he gave them 2 signs. One said to go to his website. The other said to the media, show me some love. Because he had 399 career home runs. Second game back off the DL. Listen to the 3rd inning.
8-7. The 1-1 delivery to Cal. Swinging a long fly ball. Well hit to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. Number 400 for Ripken.
He's going to get his name in the paper. A 3-run homer, 400 for his career. The 29th man with 400 career home runs. And the crowd likes him much. We take another look to see how Czech Republic women 18-43 feel about it. They like the swing. And after the video replay, we call him out for another curtain call. Now we're in the 6th. 8-4 Orioles. They're loaded for Derek May. Grounds it. Aaron Ledesma's short. The little flip. Miguel Cairo. There's one coming across. May just does beat the throw at first. Devil Rays manager Larry Rothschild out. And the new umpire, Marty Foster, trying to reach his ejection quota.
3, Travis Miller. To Mike DeFelice, grounds to Hawking at second. Problem. DeFelice safe in the infield hit. Then Randy Wynn hits a flare to Christian Guzman. Poor Tom Kelly. Aaron Guzman, Tom Kelly not happy. I don't know why I'm late. It's late.
It's obviously the manager's fault.
Yeah. Herbert Perry singles up the middle. That scores 2, and the Devil Rays go on to win by the final score of 11-3. As the D-Rays come up with a season-high 18 hits. Herbert Perry.
Twins and Devil Rays meantime. Denny Hopkins facing Norm Charlton. Putting that shot. Dave Martinez, no. 2 runs would score later on in the inning. Bottom of the 7th, 1 on. Twins leading 13-7. Now Herbert Perry with this shot. Jock Jones running hard. Unbelievable catch. And then coming back over, Terrell Lowry's going to come all the way back around to first. They get the double play.
He is doubled up.
Sensational play, and to put it in perspective here, the Twins as a team hitting .372.
Garcia has some space, though. He's back at the track. Just an out. Some foreshadowing, though. Bottom of 2. Injury trouble here for the Devil Rays. Fred McGriff aggravated a left quadricep injury. Legging out the double there, but had to leave the game. Later in the inning, it's Bubba Trammell. Similar problems. Awkward there and sprains his left ankle. Leaves the game. Both McGriff and Trammell day to day. Bottom of 5, Canseco against Matt Anderson. El Asuna Grande Hombre. His 32nd home run. Not in this game. That would be a record. The final 5-3 Devil Rays winners. Canseco's homer is first since July 8th.
Was on it. Facing Miguel Cairo. Split me with a strike 3. 2 batters later, Jose Canseco split me with a strike 3. Very next batter, Herbert Perry. No. Strikes out the side. He had 11 Ks on the night. That matches a career high. Top of the 4th, scoreless. Jason Giambi facing Wilson Alvarez, and that's out, deep, and gone. Number 29 on the year. A's go up 1-0, a lead they would not relinquish, winning 7-2. So Hudson racks up his 8th straight.
Leary, bottom 9, and you see he flinches. And that's a balk. So Herbert Perry is in scoring position. Tampa down by just 1. After John Flaherty's strikeout, Doug Jones in, goes to Jose Guillen. A great chance to tie the game. But Jason McDonald is clutch and clutches everything in life.
Doug Jones, 300th career save. Buddy Groom, the 11th reliever, or I got the 70th appearance of the season. It's the 4th season in a row Buddy Groom has pitched in at least 7.
Jason Jumbie, gone. 463-foot blast. Second longest in Tropicana Field history. That storied history. A's up 2-0. In the third, Matt Stairs has just left the building. His 34th, the A's, reminiscent of your weekend softball team. Some long ball action.
Moves by A's manager Billy Beane, or GM Billy Beane, and Velarde is 14th, a 2-run shot. Oakland goes up 2-0. Top of the third, Jason Jumbie hitting well, Mr. Kirk Kingston.
Right, he's been hitting well all season, too. Here's Bobby Witt, leads one over the center of the plate. Jumbie hits it out. This is number 31. If Ben Grieve hits 6 more homers, he'll have 4 guys to 30 on the A's.
And the A's leading 7-3. Kevin Apier, Ray, doing well for Oakland as well.
Yeah, he won his 15th game tonight. He's got that fastball going up in the strike zone, a lot of pop-up. There's a little sinker down in, inside out. Another breaking ball. Well, he has everything going, the fastball, the sinker, the slider, and just doing a tremendous job. Another great pickup by Mr. Billy Beane.
Apier, 8 innings, 7 strikeouts. Bottom 9, Tim Worrell to close. Aaron Ledesma, 1 out, fly to right. Bobby Smith struck him out. Finally, Miguel Cairo, another fly ball out. A 1-2-3 ninth. Closer by committee for the A's as they go into his 44 home runs. Why, it seems like just yesterday. Actually, it was September 14th, 1990, 9 years ago. Ken Griffey Sr. of the Angels, Kirk McCaskill, homers. Not to be outdone in that same game, Ken Griffey Jr. also homered in the same game, thus becoming the first father-son combo to do so. But enough about the Griffey family photo album. Let's go back to Tuesday. Junior, top third. Well, he must like this date. He gets all of this one off Rolando Arrojo, his 45th. 2-0 Mariners, and they cruise the final 5-1. Junior, keep in mind.
Bottom 2, runner on first. Mike DeFelice, a grounder to second. David Bell to stop, to throw. A-Rod, my bad, bro. A-Rod's 13th error of the year. Devil Rays scoring unearned run to go up 2-1. And Rodriguez struggling at the plate as well. Flies out to Miguel Cairo. A-Rod went 0 for 5. He's stranded 4. Todd Williams brought on bottom 8 facing Jose Canseco, and he hits Jose in the left eye. Jose's like, dude, they just exercised my contract, man. Easy.
It's 4th inning. Dave Martinez on first. Freddie Garcia against Bubba Trammell. Rips that thing. Charles Gibson. Fancy play. Gets the out at first. Take another look to see how Icelandic women 18-40 feel about it. The 8th inning, bases loaded for Alex Rodriguez. Wasn't going to play. Lou Piniella did play him because his mom went to the game. My sister is watching. That's why I'm on the show. A-Rod's mom nominated Peak Performer. Grand Slam. Bottom of the inning, loaded up. Jose Mesa enters for the Mariners to Paul Sorrento. He's choking on a splinter after falling behind 3-0. Gets out of the inning. Sack fly. Pulls Tampa within 1. Fred McGriff against Mesa. The 2-0 pitch. The Mariners win 5-3. Mesa ties a club record, his 33rd save of the season, and he protects Freddie Garcia's
ball back. Pitch deflects off catcher Mike DeFelice's glove and hits umpire John Shulak in the noggin. Now, Shulak thought it was intentional. He thinks that Alvarez and DeFelice planned it. He's ticked. He jabs his finger in DeFelice's chest, probably sounding like Maxwell Smart. The old ball off the glove and the umpire in the head trick. Huh? Where's Agent 99?
Devil Rays and Angels, top of the second. Bubba Trammell getting a rip on this one into center field. Jim Edmonds is there. Diving grab, fully extended. Beautifully done. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 Angels, 2 outs. Gary DiSarcina with a 2-run home run. He was 1 for 4, but it was a big one. Angels go on to win this 7-5. That was DiSarcina's first home run of the year. Ramon Ortiz won.
Rays already up 5-3. And there that one goes. Jose's now got 33 homers on the year. It's a 2-run shot. He drove in 3 runs in the game. Tampa Bay's up 7-3. Bottom 8, Rangers rallying, bases loaded. Lee Stevens against Roberto Hernandez with 2 outs. Bring him up and sit him down as Tampa Bay wins at 7-5. John Flaherty homered twice. He raised the Rangers. You know, I wasn't very good in math. This is Juan Gonzalez to the wall. Rafael Palmeiro running on the play, scores all the way from first. And the Rangers with the lead by the score of 1-0. Now, 35-year-old Jim Morris
Got a tryout with the Devil Rays.
Back in baseball, was drafted in '83, and he was coaching high school baseball. Pitched a third of an inning. That pitch, folks, 96 miles per hour. Guy's 35 years old. He went a third of an inning. Texas wins it 6-1. Aaron Seeley gave up 6.
Our man is up and throwing in the Devil Ray bullpen.
It's Big Jim.
Jim Morris wearing number 63. Just called up today, the 35-year-old high school baseball coach.
And I think he's coming. It is number 63, Jim Morris, walking through the gate. And how about this story? A high school physics teacher just 4 months ago. He's about to make his major league debut at the age of 35. From Brownwood, Texas, Jim Morris trotting into the mound.
Jim Morris making his major league debut.
Well, I hope Doug Gassaway is watching, the scout that signed him, because he deserves all the credit for this one. And of course, I guess Jim Morris deserves most of the credit. He's the one that's accomplished this amazing feat. And it's a great baseball story. I think fans love this story. His teammates, I'm sure, love watching it. And I doubt that there's anyone in the country that's not rooting for Jim Morris to be successful.
Jim Morris, who was originally a first-round pick of the Brewers in 1983, had 4 arm surgeries and made it as high as Class A ball, and that was it. His final year, 1987. Here it is, 1999. After about 10 years as a high school baseball coach, most recently Reagan County out in West Texas. Got a tryout with the Devil Rays in June, and here he is pitching in the big leagues in September. A swing and a strike one, his first major league pitch.
95 miles an hour.
There it is for you.
So anyone that doesn't believe it, there it is on the radar gun.
He appeared in 18 games for AAA Durham, a 3-1 record. High earned run average at 548. And he gets ahead of Clayton 0-2.
As I said earlier, I didn't believe it, but I do now. It is not a mirage. He's got a good arm, boy.
A tryout in June in his hometown of Brownwood. And fouled off by Clayton.
95, 95, 96.
I hope his high school kids out in Reagan County are watching.
Well, what about those kids? They had to hit off this all season long in batting practice. They must never hit the ball into fair territory. If they did, there's some good hitters on that club.
They made the playoffs last spring. That was a challenge that he presented to them. He went around. It's a strikeout for Jim Morris. Morris in his major league debut gets the strikeout. We go to the 9th inning. Rangers lead it 6-1. Quite a story there. Jim Morris, the Tampa Bay lefty in his major league debut, faces one batter, gets the strikeout. Let's take a look at the pitches.
There's nothing fancy here. If anyone didn't believe he had a good arm, all you have to do is watch these pitches. 95, 95, 96 miles an hour, and he'll get Royce Clayton on a pitch that he can't lay off of, a high fastball. Well, that's a good arm. I think Bill Evers, his AAA manager, said it best. Who cares how old he is? Watch the arm, watch the results, and if he gets people out, what difference does it make? Boy, when you can throw like that when you're 35 years old, it's incredible. How happy can that family be?
It's his wife, Lori, who found out, as he did late last night, that he'd be making his major league debut back home in his native Texas. Grew up in Brownwood.
Now pitching for Tampa Bay, one of the great stories of 1999, 35-year-old Jim Morris. He made his major league debut against the Texas Rangers in his home state of Texas this past Saturday, and it was a wonderful moment. He was challenged by his students at a local high school to try out for the bigs. He threw one past Royce Clayton, another past Clayton, and struck him out on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. What a great moment for a 35-year-old rookie.
Oldest rookie in the majors since Minnie Mendoza there is 36. How about that?
Jim with a fly ball center field. Terrell Lowry, and one out. And there's a crack towards center field. Terrell Lowry back. He'll make the catch. 2 outs. So Jim Morris. It's 1900, Rex. The average age for a rookie to make his debut is 24 years 2 months. So he's 11 years over that. Salmon ground ball short. Jim Morris, way to go. Salmon is tagged out by Fred McGriff, and Jim Morris, the 35-year-old rookie who left a high school teaching job to pitch in the big leagues. Good job.
And Jim Morris is now on the mound for the Rays as well, making his 5th big league appearance. 0 ERA and 3 2/3 innings, couple of base hits, couple of walks, and 2 strikeouts. Great delight. That's a nice snaring grab by Aaron Ledesma, who now is at third base.
Just got a nice loosey-goosey delivery. If he could just get a little bit more direction towards home plate. There's a good slider right there.
So he strikes out Soriano.
Boy, that was a very tight slider. That one bit like a wounded bear. Down and in. That's Steve Carlton-like. Let's look at the delivery of Jim Morris. He's got a little bit too much rotation side to side, and he wants to get more going directional towards home plate.
With him dressed up as a chemistry professor. Cairo on to Cox, and that'll do it for the inning. Infield base hit doesn't do any damage, and Morris's first inning of work on the last day of the year. 6-2 the Rays.
Southpaw Jim Morris. He's 36 years old, 6'3", 215 pounds, out of San Angelo, Texas. Throwing 98. Another off-speed pitch, and he does the job here. People who don't know him know that we play some golf together, you know, and they say, "What kind of guy is?" And I said, "You won't believe this." Oh, there's a good pitch on the inside corner. Breaking ball. He has struck out 3 in a row. 1-2. Stocker. Ball came up on him a little bit. Still makes the play. Nice shift by McGriff. The 1-2-3 inning for Morris.
It was pretty good.
And when we came upon this story,
there's no reason. It's just,
playing at Durham. Jim was much closer to the major leagues than he had ever been as a young man. But
he and I were the only ones that existed on the planet, and I was just like, okay, I think I can do this.
Here, the Yanks down 3-1 off the center field wall. Ricky Leday comes in to score. Yanks within 1 at 3-2. Next man up, Chuck Knobloch. He went 4 for 5. Single to center. This is in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 3. Yanks force extra innings. And then Alfonso Soriano, the rookie. First major league hit is a home run that wins a game in the bottom of the 11th. Looky there. And the Yankees win it 4-3 and 11.
Rays and the Yankees. Bottom 9, D-Rays up 2-1. Chili Davis had a chance to drive in the tying run, but he can't do it. Roberto Hernandez gets him on the splitter. Last chance for the Yankees. Chuck Knobloch not going to get it done. 41 saves on the year now for Hernandez. Yankees leave 9 on base, and the D-Rays get themselves a win. Finally, their first win at Yankee Stadium. Took them 10 games to do it. David Cohn, who will make one.
A first time since being Kevin Costner's body double stand-in in For Love of the Game.
Today I'm throwing hard, Gus.
You and me?
Why not?
Well, Dave Island breaking off a Billy Chappell-like off-speed pitch there on Paul O'Neill.
Doesn't happen that often, but I got you mixed up, don't I? You're guessing now, aren't you?
Ricky Leday was in the film playing a Yankee. He is playing himself in this highlight. Swing at Dave Island, 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Unfortunately for him, no Kelly Preston. Top of the 5th, Mike DeFelice standing in against Jason Grimsley. DeFelice visits the corner. Leday, it was not scripted. Tony Graffinino scores, and coming soon to a highlight near you, one disgruntled manager. Torrey's Yankees 3 errors on the night. Devil Rays win 10-6, and the Yankees
lead the majors with
against David Wells. Es una grande hombre. 2-run homer, his 34th, not in this game.
That would be a record. Top of 7, Sean Green. He did not steal home during the game, but he did do this. Into the vacancy, Homer Bush, Jacob Brumfield, they will come and score.
Bush comes home to score.
Green also with his 41st home run, but how many of those have you seen? 40. Sean Green knocked in 5 runs, in fact. Ties.
In the 0-7-3. At the plate, look out. This dude comes up with the bat, and the bat boy wants it back for a little trade, but the guy's like, I want to trade it. I want a little sign, a little signature action. After all, Fernandez is like, I'm through dealing with you. I need to work. And he goes to the plate and went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the night. Fernandez not the fan. Jim Fregosi, Joe
Rojo to Tino Martinez. 3-run shot for Tino, number 38 on the year, and the Yanks are up by the score of 7-3.
And here's Darryl Strawberry on the way here. You know, Strawberry's been up and down, obviously, all year, but he's still got that really quick bat, which we'll see again here. And nobody hits him quite as high as he does. This one hits the catwalk, of course, and they're going to need Strawberry during the playoffs because there's some people who think you can throw fastballs by a good number of these Yankees.